All right, hopefully you guys can actually hear me now. Give me just 1 second to confirm I'm live. I am actually went back to Streamlabs, which is a little disappointing for myself because I was going to ditch them. However, I seem to be having problems with OBS, and I don't know. All OBS hates me apparently. Can you guys hear me? All right, I should be live, and my link should all be correct. So I'm going to jump into it in just 10 seconds. Okay, it shows me being live. We can hear you. Excellent. That's what I like to hear. I have jumped back over to OBS for the time being. I mean, to Streamlabs OBS for the time being. I don't suspect that will be permanent. So I'm going to jump into it and okay, I can hear myself for sure. Strong and clear. Okay, excellent. Okay, we'll get back into this. It is now raining, which is a little disappointing, but whatever. This is a new map by SentreNet, and he's a friend of mine from Broke Rock, and he created this 4 pillars map. If it wasn't raining, we could see that there are 4 pillars in each corner, and there is one over there. Now, I've always wanted to do a skyblock type series, but I never have because most skyblocks don't actually include things like the nether or the end, or they aren't actually proper skyblocks in those dimensions. And this one is. And this one also contains things like villagers and animals and all kinds of things that you don't typically get in a skyblock map. And it also has a very vanilla feel to it. What's up? What's up, Jen? GGMC? Oh, I'm glad you can hear me, Shady. Okay, thank you for helping out. Yeah, this has a very vanilla feel to it. It has slight modifications, especially you notice on the right-hand side, the achievements. I know SentreNet spent a lot of time putting those in, and we'll be working on a lot of those. I've never played this map, and I've only barely opened it to just fly around and look at those. I haven't seen what's in each one. There are a lot of secrets here that I don't know about yet, so we'll get into this together. So I guess the best place to start is just to get into it. Now, you start out obviously with these 3 books right here, and bone meal, a sapling, 2 sheep eggs, a cookie, lava, and ice. And with all skyblock type maps, you always start out with lava and ice, obviously for a cobblestone generator. So this book is obviously welcoming you, and it tells a little bit about the map. If you want to go further in detail in these maps, you should go check out SentreNet's video about it. He reads all of these books to you. He tells you everything you need to know about them, the rules, everything, all the achievements. His video is really great. You should go check it out. I'm not going to read all these books to you. These are essentially the same rules as we have on Broke Rock. The stonecutter does this, the furnace does that. You can turn rotten flesh into leather. You can get black dye from charcoal. The same rules that are on Broke Rock are the same rules that are rules here. So we're not going to go into all that right now. We're just going to get started. Like I said, we had a little bit of a false start, so we're going to just jump right into this. Yeah, SentreNet right there. Go follow him and then come right back and watch the rest of this. His link is down in the description to his channel and to his video where he explains everything that's in his books, all the rules. My cursory examination of this, where I flew around in creative, I looked at the 4 pillars. I verified that there are 4 pillars in both the nether and in the end. I didn't open any of the chests, and I didn't see what was in any of them because I didn't want to ruin anything for myself. I've been wanting to do a skyblock type map for a long time, and I thought this one is right perfect of what I would like in a map. We're not going to break those because we have grass already spread. Okay. I was going to say, the last thing we want to do is break all of the grass because we need it to spread. If we break the grass, we're going to be out of luck. Now, I did watch a couple of a fellow broadcaster. He's doing a series on this also. His name is Jon Cris, and I did watch his videos, so I do know that there is a chest directly underneath this bedrock. Yes, even the game knows you can't survive on acacia. I don't even know if there's acacia in here, and if it ever gives me an option to acquire acacia, we will not be acquiring it, even if we miss an achievement. That is going to be part of our rule here. I hope there is birch at some point. If there is never any birch, we may have to just cheat a little bit. We shall see. Hopefully there is some birch at some point. We are not above cheating to get birch in. Okay, I'm going to place this chest here. And if I've learned anything about watching SentreNet's series on chicken block, things like that, is that you don't want to carry around things in your pockets more than you need. So we don't need that. We don't need our cookie. I'm going to carry these items around with me for just a moment. I'm going to place that down. I am going to live dangerously. I'm going to place our lava right there. And it may seem like this is a bad idea, but I'm going to generate stone all the way to. There are cow trees. Excellent. There is acacia and you will need it. I will just miss that achievement. Sorry. Shortest game ever. I had the special little Master Chief heads that were going to appear on screen all set up in OBS, and I had all this fancy thing that went around it, and I had a whole thing in OBS set up, and obviously that didn't work. So for next stream, I will set that up in Streamlabs. But for now, oh, did I literally just cover up the grass blocks? Oh, rip. Well, that's too bad for us, isn't it? You're right. We probably should just kill ourselves and start over. What do you think? Kill ourselves and start over? Yeah, I covered my grass block. You are 100% correct. So many of these type of situations are like that. There are a lot of false starts in this type of series, from what I understand. Yeah, I feel like I just messed up. And by I feel like it, I mean I 100% know that I did. See, there's a chest right there. I just can't get it because it's underneath there. I wonder if I can bone. No, I can't bone meal. You think I should start over? No, there is grass on the pillar. Oh, there's grass on the pillar. There you go. See? We don't need it. Now, that's going to be a problem because that means we don't have anything to eat currently. Because I was planning on eating the... I was going to plan on bone milling the grass seed and get seeds, but I messed that up. So our other option, I need to get rid of this bucket before something bad happens to it. Our other real option at this point is growing a tree and eating the apples. Okay. Now, I don't know how many apples we'll get or if we'll get any. We may have to speed run to the pillars. The cookie won't last very long at all. What's up, DC Star? I was planning on, and I even made fun of Jamaica for wasting all his bone meal on the tree and not bone mealing the grass. So I guess that comes back to bite me also, is that I have to find alternate sources of food, just like he does. Apparently Jamaica's a personal hero of mine. I don't know if y'all knew that or not. And in micro bedrock, it doesn't really matter if you let the leaves decay or if you just mine them yourself, because you get the same amount of saplings either way. The only way it would increase is if I had a fortune hoe or axe or something. Let's see. We need a pickaxe. And we need to plant a couple of those. But yeah, I feel like we are let's say I'm going to give myself a C- for my start here. Yeah, I'm going to give myself a C- on the beginning. Maybe even an F when you consider all the problems I had with OBS a minute ago. So let's say F on my start and A+ on the map. Well, thankfully it's quit raining. That was pretty nice, right? The good news is that we've pillared down with cobblestone. So when we get enough cobblestone mined up, we can create a platform down there and pretty much do whatever we want. Then mining the pillars won't be that difficult, and it'll be easy enough to catch all the materials. So, like, the one thing I don't want to do, other than waste grass blocks, apparently, is waste any of the materials in the pillars. I am going to be extra careful now to not waste materials. Yes, mistakes were made. I 100% made mistakes in this beginning for sure, which is weird because I was really worried that I was going to, because like I said, I've never really done a skyblock top map, and I always kind of wanted to, And I watched a couple of videos. I watched Jon Cris, I watched Mustang Girl, and I noticed how they did it, and I thought, oh, I'll do it this way, or I'll do it that way. And in the heat of the moment, you make mistakes. It is all a part of the map. It is designed to test your abilities, I guess. Or target the bedrock. Oh, I could target the bedrock. That is a fantastic idea. See, I knew there was a reason to stream this rather than make a video, because I get help from the viewers. You guys are probably 10 times smarter than I am, for sure. That is a fantastic idea, to target the bedrock. Yeah, I can hold down the button, but if I had done it previously, I would have mined out the side of the dirt. I don't know how long I'm going to stream until, I don't know, until it gets boring to me, or until it gets boring to you guys. And then I'm probably going to try to make a real quick recap and then post that for tomorrow. Yeah, absolutely, mistakes are human. However, in a map like this, how you start kind of will predict how you do, because I am now in a severe deficit, like a food deficit, like, because there is nothing to eat here. I mean, I could spawn the sheep and kill them and eat them, but I suspect that there's not a lot of sheep in this map, because this is a void world and it is a ocean biome. So that means there will be no sheep that naturally spawn here. Let's see. Let's make a stone hoe. Shovel? No, we don't want to make shovels. We want to make stone pickaxe. And like I said, this is kind of a boring part, is the early. But I have some really cool plans that I've been working on with, like, some villager stuff, where it's actually like a naturally functioning village that will produce iron golems. I'm going to call it a free range iron farm. Yeah, everything matters. Like, nothing can go to waste at this point. Especially now that I don't have very much food. And by very much, I mean I have a single cookie. Yeah, I mean, at this point, I've been playing Minecraft long enough that, especially things like in creative, doesn't hold a lot of interest for me. And even in survival, I know how to do a lot of things, even though I learn new stuff all the time. Like a couple of weeks ago, someone in a Discord I'm in mentioned that you can use nether brick for fuel. Like, if you smelt netherrack into nether bricks, you can take those nether bricks and put them back in the furnace as fuel. And it just blew my mind. Now, it's not great, and you're definitely going to lose fuel there, but, like, I learned something new. Maybe spawn spiders to make bed and fishing rod. That is a good idea. However, there's no water to go fishing in other than this one block right here. It is void underneath. Now, at a certain point, I can make infinite water, and I may actually make a small fishing pond. And at some point, I will make a mob farm where I can get spiders, even though I will do my best to avoid making one that makes spiders. But yeah, at some point, I will. Also, because of the rules that are on Broke Rock, are the same rules that are here. If I get a sheep and shear it, I can make string or beds or whatever I want to out of it. You can go from string to wool and from wool to string. All of those are, you can read the books yourself, download the map. There's a download for a template and for the actual world itself, in case you're on mobile and you can't download the template. I will need to sleep in a couple of days. I'm not afraid of phantoms. They can kick rocks right on down the street. if you ever get another water bucket, maybe you could make a fish farm. Yeah, yeah, that was also a plan. Is that I figured I could make like, because it's an ocean, there are going to be certain farms here, especially things like trident farms, things like squid farms, things like fish farms, things that naturally spawn in the ocean will be available to me. So that is actually a positive. I'm actually going to put this torch down right here. So yeah, the fact that we're in an ocean isn't completely a negative thing. However, all of those things are probably not going to happen today. Yeah, I just glance at the rules, and like the like, as far as the pack, it's pretty much the same pack that we have on Brokrod. Like charcoal, like coal, you can make into dye. What was I gonna say? Oh, like string to wool and wool to string, things back and forth like that. The stonecutter, you can like make wood stuff in it. It's I mean, it's just kind of common sense stuff, and it isn't heavily modded, but it's more of a convenience issue than anything. Yeah, Phantoms are great on 5x5 platforms, but I will have you know that this platform is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, almost 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Look, it is 6 by 5. So we're not worried about Phantoms. We are feeling confident because we had such a great start. We're feeling overly confident. Oh, one more thing. It even though this isn't relevant to me currently because I don't have anybody else in the game, there is one person sleep, so it is actually, the map is actually friendly for multiplayer maps. So if you want to put this on your realm or invite your buddies in, and like you have they're jerks and never sleep or whatever, you can one player sleep. Yeah, I noticed the teleportation stick, and I actually went back and watched your video against Sent after I asked about it in Discord. Is that you did actually cover it, and I don't know why it's based on the teleportation stick, but yeah, you clearly said how to make it. You just craft a teleportation stick. I should show you guys that real quick. Oh, do I have enough sticks to just be? Oh, nice. Let me show you something real quick. There is a teleportation stick. There we go. Now we have our teleportation stick. And I believe you, let's see, right, left. Oh, okay, you crouch to activate it. You crouch. And this is how you get your achievements. You come here and it says craft 5 acacia buttons. So that's one we'll never ever use. Craft 5 jungle trapdoors. We may get that one at some point. And you push the button and it gives you the achievement. Now, as far as I know, I haven't gotten any of the achievements. Maybe I made a cobblestone generator. I think that is one. Craft 5 cowwood gates. Well, we will definitely get that one. Oh, and this is how you get back home. Let's look at the achievements. Let's see. 30 spruce fences. Craft 30 ladders. Imagine using ladders. Craft 10 oak signs. We'll be using bubble columns, sir. 64 basalt. Wow, that'd be pretty impressive. Warped stems. Wow. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, there's so many things hidden in those pillars that we'll be able to get all these blocks. What's up, Carp? I know that we're going to get the achievement for creating a, and you're kind of on your honor system here as far as these is, I believe, because I mean I could push the button and I think it gives you different awards. Craft an enchanting table. It gives you different awards for each achievement. Okay, this is clearly armor. Let's see, home here also. Enchant 1 pickaxe. Okay, I know that there is an advancement for netherite sword. See, there's netherite. There's all kinds of advancements because this covers 3 dimensions and it has different pillars in each dimension. Wow, pumpkin pies, huh? What if I can count that if I just buy the pumpkin pies? Because when I get some villagers, man, we're about to blow through some of this stuff. 10 cakes. There is an achievement for the cobblestone generator. However, I'm not going to make you breed each one of these. Wow, I'm never going to find that. There probably is some kind of map in the books that I didn't read. Wow, look, Mojang, man. Get your life together, guys. Did y'all see that? That lighting bug right there? Jesus Christ. Get your life together, Mojang. That is all welcome to the Render Dragon. Let's see what's going on in chat. It will tell me if you click the button without doing it for real. I seriously doubt that. I feel like I'm on the honor system. However, I do want to actually accomplish all the achievements without cheating. So if you cheat, you're only cheating yourself. I can't imagine they would know that I created a cobblestone generator. I can't imagine the amount of commands that would take. I mean, I guess it could check for cobblestone. I'm going to call shenanigans. I don't know if that works on Bedrock. Now, I know they require a source block, so I doubt it. Now, if the column was entirely source blocks, it probably would, but we would need a bunch of kelp to make all the source blocks, and we don't currently have that. I assume once I know there's some emeralds in some of these columns. Like I said, I flew around and looked at the columns from the outside, but I didn't open the chest, and I don't know where anything is. Like I said, I wanted to keep it a surprise for myself. So I don't know all the answers to all the questions here. But I know there's some emeralds, and I know that there's still a wandering trader, things like that. So I assume at some point, because a vanilla wandering trader sells kelp, we'll be able to get kelp, and we'll be able to get all the saplings. We'll be able to get a lot of the things like cactus and all the things that you would normally have in a Minecraft world. So this map is set up in a way that you don't typically get in a Skyblock map. That was happening to me before rendering. Yes, it has been a lighting bug for quite a while, but it's the lighting bugs and the rendering bugs and all the visual glitches have gotten worse since then. Yeah, you can't have bubble columns without source blocks. That is correct. And to make all of these source blocks, I would need kelp. And for that, I would need Wandering Trader. And for that, I would either need to rescue the villagers, or I would need to go mine emeralds. But all of that requires me to be mining this cobblestone. Helga, how are you? I am doing well. I had a very successful stream day on Broke Rock on Saturday. I spent most of the day Sunday recuperating from said stream day, because it was approximately 16 hours combined I was watching and or streaming. And yeah, here in Texas, all the snow has melted. All my pipes are unfrozen. Now, the grocery stores don't have any food, and we're still under bull notice. But other than that, everything should be fine, getting back to normal and whatnot. Everybody went back to work and stuff, and I mean, life is returning to normal since we were in the snowpocalypse. Yeah, I've always really wanted to do a skyblock like type map, and when I saw your video and I saw the description one, I knew this one was for me. The only biome in this dimension is deep ocean. I assume if I go up high enough, I'll be able to create an infinite water sources, and I'll be able to actually mine ice. So ice will be a option also, I assume. Yeah, we're still under bull notice. They're, from what I understand from the city, they sent off the water tests, and we are going to get those results back on Wednesday or Tuesday, maybe. And so the boil notice may be over on Wednesday. But if they fail it, it'll be until at least Friday or Saturday. That's very interesting, SentreNet. Whenever you decide to start working on that, let me know. I would like a little input on that. Because it would be really cool if you could actually leave like structures and stuff in it. How much snow fell? Well, I didn't go measure it, and I don't actually have an actual report, but it looked like about 25 feet. That's how much snow I feel like fell in Texas over the last week, is about 25 feet. Now, they tell me it was somewhere between, like, I don't know, 6 to 10 inches, but I'm pretty sure it was 25 feet. Carp lives in Texas. I believe he lives in the southern part of Texas. And it's quite a ways away from me, which is entirely crazy that they even got snow down there, because it literally never snows down there. Yeah. Now, personally, this is Al Gore's fault, because he invented climate change in the year 2000, because he lost the presidential election. So, I mean, I blame him still for this. Yeah, 25 feet is what I'm guessing. I think it was somewhere around 8 to 10 inches, something like that. But my official estimation is 25 feet. I don't actually know how much it was. It was a lot of snow though. It really wasn't 25 feet, but it was for a state that doesn't get snow, or if it does snow, it doesn't ever stick because it's too warm. The We don't have snowplows, and we don't have jackets, and we don't have snowshoes and snowmobiles and snowplows and snow shovels, and we don't have ice trucks and snow tires and snow chains. We don't have these things. We live in a desert slash tropical climate, and for it to snow is like a huge deal. It would be like if it was like 110 degrees in Canada during the summer. Like, these things just don't happen. And if you aren't expecting this type of climate, it's crazy ridiculous. I know that it snows more in other states, and that it's colder, and that it's whatever, but when you get an extraordinary amount of snow and you're not expecting it, like, I wore shorts today. Like 3 days ago, it was snow on the ground. I couldn't drive my car because it was buried under snow. That's the type of climate change that we've been experiencing. One day, everyone is freezing and hoping that they don't die from hypothermia, and then 3 days later, we're wearing shorts. No, AOC did not invent climate change. She's trying to take credit for Al Gore's inventions. I don't have anything bad to say about AOC, because she actually raised a lot of money and did a lot of checking on people, and she did everything that you would expect out of a U.S. senator. So I am not going to say anything bad about AOC, but yeah, it was Al Gore in the year 2000 that invented climate change. Yeah, I have a lot of bad things to say about Ted Cruz. However, I'm probably not going to say them right here, as I try to keep my content at least semi family friendly. If you want to know more about Ted Cruz and why he is a terrible person, you can join my Discord, the Birch Church, because I have plenty of hot takes about Ted Cruz there. I don't know how much I don't know what that is. 20 to 40 degrees Celsius. I don't use the metric system. I mean, that's a lie because I do, but I don't know it for temperatures. Is that boiling? Is that freezing? I have no idea. Yeah, absolutely. New York, like New York City, it absolutely has crazy high temperatures in the summer, but that's mostly due to the amount of concrete. Rural New York does not have that crazy of high temperatures during the summer. They kind of have done that themselves, and we have that here too. Like it's called the heat island effect. And like if you go to Dallas or Fort Worth or anything, Houston or any of the big metropolitan areas, you will gain 10, 15 degrees from the neighboring rural areas. Outside of the city, it's 15 degrees cooler. It's all the concrete. It just it soaks in that heat, man, and it just keeps it. It holds the heat in. Yeah, it was pretty terrible, is what it was. The fact is that he lied about going to Cancun and the reasons and the why. I understand it wasn't illegal or anything. It was just bad optics. I mean, I forget what the number of people that died during the snowstorm here in Texas was. It was somewhere like 60, 70 people, something like that. Died of hypothermia, died of CO2 poisoning, died of whatever. Uh, Died for various conditions related to the cold. And here's our U.S. Senator sneaking out to Cancun because he's a super rich, privileged person. It's bad optics. It's not what you want out of your elected officials. Yeah, absolutely. Up north, it absolutely snows, and it snows a lot more. And it snows. The snow is deeper and it's colder, and I 100% will agree with that. However, you have things to deal with it. You have snow shovels, you have snow blowers, you have snow plows, you have insert your snow related device here, and we don't have those. That's kind of the difference. Is like you have a way to deal with. Ooh, I bet this tree burned down while I wasn't paying attention. Do you think it burned down? Like we don't have those kind of things. So it's like for it to snow, 8 inches in Canada is not a big deal. For it to snow 8 inches in Texas, it's snow apocalypse. So I mean, it's not always entirely the same thing. Let's see. 40 equals 104 Fahrenheit. For real? That doesn't seem right. 40 degrees is 104 degrees. The United States, let's see. During a natural disaster is not the time for a government official to sneak off to a super privileged family vacation. And he said it was because his kids were out of school and he'd already planned this ahead of time. But that was a lie because he couldn't have planned it ahead of time because his kids didn't have off school until it snowed. And then he said, "Oh, it snowed. Let's sneak out to Cancun." It's a bad optic. He could have pitched in. He could have helped police departments or fire departments, or he could have made phone calls. He could have done a lot of things, but he didn't, and he snuck up to Cancun, and he got caught, and he got busted. And it was a really bad look for him, and he's not been super great here lately anyways. It's not what he should have been doing, is what I'm going to say. And on top of that, he left his poor dog at home. Yeah, Texas has its own power grid. That is correct. That is part of the problem that we encountered, is that a lot of the gas lines feeding a lot of the power plants froze, and so those power plants went offline. Gas prices increased, and certain gas power plants didn't want to pay the increase because they could only sell electricity for so much, and they turned off the power. So it was a failure all the way across the board because we have our own electrical grid. We couldn't borrow electricity from other states. We are the only state with its own power grid, as far as I know. Maybe Alaska, but I think they are tied in with Canada. So yeah, I think that we are the only state with our own power grid. Let's see. Yeah, Texas is a state just like any other state. This is a natural disaster. This is the same as Hurricane Sandy or Hurricane Katrina, or when it floods in Ohio, or you have a wildfire in California. This is a natural disaster. Now, a lot of people don't consider it natural disaster because you have snow in your state all the time, and you're like, it's no big deal. But once again, your state is equipped to deal with that. Natural disasters, something that happens in one state is a natural disaster that happens in another state and is no big deal. Like, we have fires here in Texas all the time. That's not a natural disaster. It is a natural disaster in California. It's not a natural disaster here. We have, I mean, sometimes we have hurricanes and it's a natural disaster, but usually most hurricanes are not a big deal. They weaken in the Gulf of Mexico and they just blow over Texas and it rains a little bit. Not a natural disaster. So things that happen in some states are a natural disaster, and if the same exact thing happens in another state, you're like, no big deal. We get snow all the time. Oh, absolutely. People ratted Ted Cruz out. They were on the airplane with him. There were 5 minutes after he showed up at the airport, there were pictures of him on the internet. It, it's not illegal what he did. It's not. You can come down on it either way morally, if you think he did the right thing or did the wrong thing. However, it's a bad look for him, and he needs to be on his best behavior because of other things he's previously done. So as far as Ted Cruz, now personally I don't like him. Your mileage may vary whether you like him or not. It's just a bad look, sneaking off during the middle of a snowstorm that has crippled your state. Now, he may not have considered it that big a deal because he's not a real Texan. He's, in fact, a Canadian. Yeah, some of the people signed up for variable price pricing for their electric bills or their gas bills or whatever, which is something we have here in Texas. A lot of states don't have that. A lot of states have set prices for electricity, set prices for gas. And if you don't use a lot of electricity, you actually save a lot of money. However, during this time, you used a lot of electricity, and the prices for the electricity were insanely high during this. It's kind of like Uber, like during peak demand pricing for Uber. So if you used a lot of electricity during the highest cost for electricity, of course your bill was insane. Um, there are, it is both good and bad that Texas has its own power grid. It's good in the sense that we can build as many power plants and stuff as we want without federal regulation. However, it's also bad because they can kind of price gouge and do all kinds of shifty stuff with bills and electricity and things where they aren't regulated by the federal government. So it is both a good thing and a bad thing. I didn't really want to make this all about the Texas power grid, but apparently that's what it's going to be because I mean, I'm just standing here mining cobblestone. But yeah, it has been a very trying time here this week in Texas. Yeah, Ted Cruz is Canadian, buddy. His name is Raphael Edward Cruz or something like that. He is 100% Canadian. Was born in Canada. Had a Canadian citizenship. He has since gotten rid of his Canadian citizenship. So you guys lucked out, I guess. But yes, he was born in Canada. Was a Canadian citizen. He was born with dual citizenship, as far as I understand. So he is technically eligible to be president if he so ever could get elected. But I seriously doubt that. Because his dad killed JFK, and what else? Oh, he's the Zodiac killer. I think he's Austrian. I don't think Arnold Schwarzenegger is German. I think he's Austrian. Now, I don't know exactly what the difference is, but people assure me there is a difference. So yeah, let's don't besmirch the Germans for things the Austrians have done. Yes, Canada does exist, but Canada is. How was the grind so far? Well, I'm kind of enjoying because I'm just chatting here and talking bad about Ted Cruz, so it's not been terrible. I uh I don't really know how much cobblestone I need. That is pretty accurate. The lack of federal regulation just means that they pay their bribes in Austin instead of Washington D.C. That is absolutely correct. That is 100% correct. If you, yeah, I guess anyone can. I guess you just have to sign up or whatever. I don't know if we're taking turns randomly. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what the process is anymore. Um, I will find out. Maybe I can run in a few years. Is Arnold Schwarzenegger Austrian and German? I don't know. I do know that he is from Austria. Let me tell you what. I Arnold Schwarzenegger is a very interesting person, even though he's Republican. Um, I still find him kind of interesting. That I mean, he moved here and spoke very little English, and became a Mr. Olympian and this huge bodybuilder champion. Then became an actor and one of the highest paid actors of all time. Then became governor of California. I mean, like, there's nothing this dude can't do. Like, at certain points of his life, he's been the strongest human on the planet. He was one of the richest people on the planet. Then he is a governor of the one of the most, I don't want to say successful states, but one of the most, I guess, that has the largest economy. I guess that the state that has one of the largest economies. I mean, there's really nothing this guy can do. I mean, other than become president because he wasn't born here in the United States. But like his life is insane. Just the arc it has taken. No, he's not from Kenya. He is a dual. He used to have dual citizenship at his birth, but he has given up his Canadian citizenship. He is an American, I guess, only now. I don't know that everybody hates California. It's I think that very well depends on your perspective. It is a very diverse state, especially if you compared like Southern California to Northern California. And like if you go east in California and you go way out in the desert, it is very different than like the Bay Area or Southern California or even Northern California where they have all the wine, wine country. And just, I mean, California is a very different. I mean, it's a lot like Texas is, how it's very different in South California. I mean, South Texas, than it is like way up in the Panhandle or way out by El Paso or in East Texas, where it's practically swamp country. There, when you have these larger states, the types of people, the geography, the everything changes depending on where you are in the state. I'm new to Cali and I love it. I mean, their weather is great most of the time. If you can get past the earthquakes and the the forest fires and the this that whatever, then yeah, Cali's great if you can get past those couple of things. And every state has its problems. Like apparently we just had a snowstorm this week, so you take the good with the bad. I am a little jealous of some of their weather. California's some of their weather. I'm a little jealous. Are there any big developments or discoveries with iron farms? No, we haven't had any changes here recently with iron farms, so there isn't really a lot of news on that front as far as iron farms. Now, I've been working on something I haven't released or even really talked about too much, and it's what I'm going to call a free-range iron farm, where the villagers are kind of just free to go and do whatever they want to do. They aren't in pods, and they kind of just roam around, and the iron farm just continues to work. Yeah. I'm going to use half slabs at when I go down. I'm actually going to be. I'm going to go all the way down to the very bottom. I'm going to build a huge platform that way I can catch everything from the pillars. I have a base to work from. That kind of thing. Yeah, I mean, everyone has their perfect idea of what heaven is. Um, I've I've always kind of wanted to live maybe like in Washington State or Oregon or something like that. And who knows? Maybe in 5-10 years, maybe I'll do that. I don't know. Who knows? Who knows where I'll be in 10 years? I mean, is it still broken? It's still slightly broken. I mean, you can still stack them, but only like up to like 46 blocks, if I remember correctly. 46, 48, something like that. I haven't checked it in a little bit. It's in the it's been a couple of betas since I've checked it, but in the betas it was still working. I haven't checked in the newest beta. I think it's 1.16.210.60. I haven't checked that beta, so I don't know. I've kind of quit checking betas because it's so much work for almost no payoff. We'll find out when the next release is, if it works. I mean, we'll know within just a day or two, so we'll see. I fully expect it to be back, but you never know. Let's see. Yeah, so I mean, like, I am actually kind of glad that iron farms have gotten kind of stable. The only real change I would like to see from iron farms is that villagers wouldn't have to work, because they added that to Bedrock and removed it from Java on the same update. So I know they have been trying to push parity, and they're like, oh, parity this, parity that, parity, 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 but we aren't really getting parity. We're getting... Oh, I feel like my trees are burning down, guys. I might have to... I think I'm going to just see how much cobblestone this... I mean, how much... Yeah, I'm going to pick up this lava while I go downstairs. And plant these trees real quick. I feel like my tree's burning down while I'm chatting with you guys and not paying attention. Okay, I'm going to put this stuff up, and this stuff up, and this stuff up. And that up. I'm going to keep that on me. I'm going to punch this out. Actually, I'm not going to punch that out. I need to make some slabs. Yeah, if I don't use slabs, then downstairs will just be a continuous mob farm. which will be good, but also bad at the same time. Now I'm going to punch this out and take it with me. How is a cobblestone generating that fast? I don't know. It just is. How fast should it generate? I thought that's the normal speed, right? Trees make burning noise. Well, here's the thing. I have my game sound turned off. Should stop the fire spread. Put a block above the lava. That is a fantastic idea. What a good idea that is. How close can I build to 46 blocks in between the beds. Now, when proper stacking comes in, you can build them like 8-10 blocks apart. But when in the current version, I think it's like 46 blocks. Yeah, I don't think it's that fast. I don't think cobble generation was that fast, so I don't really know what they're talking about. It seemed like the normal speed to me. I'm not on a realm or server or anything, so that's probably why it seemed quick. Alright. I'm going to put this slab down right here. Alright. Yeah, that's the bottom block. Man, I wish it was daytime. That would be super nice, right? I guess I'm going to have to break down and figure out a way to make a bed without having those sheep. And we'll have to figure out how to spawn some spiders and stuff. The good news is that we can climb up that water right there. We don't need to put those blocks back. Good night, DC. Oh man, I don't know where you live, but that's way late, dude. I didn't realize. I'm gonna try to start streaming earlier. I don't know what time it is right now. It's like 7:32. I started for about 6:30 or so, I think. I tried to start early. I know that people have school and people have work and people have this and that, but I mean, at a certain point, I have to wait until at least I get off work. I mean, I guess everybody has different schedules all around the world, so it just kind of is what it is. I will try to do a recap. I don't know what time I'm going to stream until. I'm really kind of enjoying this. I'm pretty excited. I have a lot of ideas. There's some unique opportunities since it's a deep ocean. I need to find out what's in that chest underneath the spawn platform. Yeah, I don't very often see myself at Y0. It's pretty rare. Now in 1.16.100, where everybody was smashing all the bedrock with a bug sign, with a sign bug, I mean, not bug sign, but with the sign bug, that was pretty common. Have void perimeters and, you know, take the roof off in the nether. Are iron farms broken in a way, would you say? I wouldn't say that at all. I think iron farms are great. I think they are balanced. I think they're broken on Java. and by broken I mean they're too fast. You have these people making like million iron ingots per hour iron farms, and that's not balanced, and that's not. I mean, what is the point of that? I think iron farms are good for the amount of work. They're super simple to put up. I mean, you can throw a one layer 10 villager iron farm up on the first day of you playing Minecraft in probably an hour or two and be making like 200, 250 ingots per hour, depending on your design. So, I mean, like an hour worth of your time, and you have an iron farm that makes, 250 ingots. And if you put a little more effort into it with a few more villagers, you can bump that up to like 380, 390, somewhere in that neighborhood with a double layer and, 20 villagers. So I think iron farms on Bedrock are balanced and are where they need to be as far as rates. I mean, ideally, we would always like them to be a little faster to have higher rates, but I feel like it's pretty balanced. Like they're faster than they would be if you went mining, but not so fast that you only need to run them one time and then never look at them ever again. Yeah, they're OP on Java. I mean, it's like, building those iron farms are fun for the person making the video where he has a thumbnail and it says, "Oh, I got a million ingots." But like, is that fun for the average player? I don't think it is. I mean, like, once you have an iron farm that made it a million ingots, you would run it one time for 1 hour, and then you would never need that iron farm again. It wouldn't be part of your world. It wouldn't be something that you use very often. That you don't go there, you wouldn't visit it, you build it and tear it down, and then never think about it ever again. Because why would you ever need to? If you can't find a villager leader, well, you have to start out with 15 villagers, and you have to kill 5 of them, and then you have to like break the bell a bunch of times, and you have to save and quit, and then you have to do the hokey pokey and turn yourself around. Yeah, it's real complicated. So just, I mean, that one might not be for you. Yeah, 17 bells. That's the correct number. The 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 ones with the doors. I mean, that's never come back. That's not on Java anymore. I think the villagers are better now than they were then. The villagers seem to have a purpose. They aren't just cows. Like you can trade with them and you can use them for raid farms and you can use them for iron farms, and like villagers have more of a purpose. Like they feel more useful than they ever did then. Back then they just stood around going, and you had these valid doors and invalid doors and this and that. I mean, the iron farms were fine back then, but the villagers were terrible. The V1 villagers, you couldn't trade with them. There was no such thing as raid farms. The villagers didn't have professions, and they were all the same. I think the villagers are some of the best things that they've changed in the game. The Village and Pillage update is by far so far the best update we've had. It added so many, I almost want to say OP things, because woo, nice. GG on us. Too bad I don't have any emeralds, right? We may have to go figure out how to bridge over and get some emeralds and stuff. It's easier to solve partial differential equations than find villager leader. Yeah, that is correct. Let's see. I'm describing everything Ilmango has ever built. And like I said, and that's fun for Ilmango for him to figure out how to make a farm or an iron farm or a cactus farm or whatever that makes a million, or whatever the biggest number is. For him to design it, I'm sure it's fun for him. and it makes a great thumbnail, and it gets a lot of clicks, and he really enjoys it. However, it's not great for the game, and it's not great for the community. To be great for the community, it needs to be balanced into the game. And Java's not balanced at all. Java is a Honda Civic with a giant tailpipe hanging out the back that makes all the racket going down your street at 2 a.m. And it's not a great car. It gets a lot of attention though. Yeah, that's how I feel about Java. Creepy traders sneaking up on you all the time. Okay, these guys I've seen them spawn in, like 10 deep ocean water. I've seen them spawn on slabs and glass. They spawn underground. I mean, these guys literally, there's no block that they can't spawn on. I've seen them spawn on leaves. I've seen them spawn on scaffolding. They can spawn on every block. They can spawn in water. There are not any blocks that I've ever found that traders cannot spawn on. I mean, if Il Mango joined Bedrock, one, he would tear his hair out because nothing that he knows ever works here, and he would go back to Java 15 minutes later. And two, I mean, I'm not against people making great farms on Bedrock. I just want I want things to be balanced. I want the game to be great. I love Minecraft. I've been playing it a long time. I started on the Xbox 360, and I played on Xbox One. I played it on mobile and PC, and I own like 9 versions of Minecraft. And I really, really, really like playing Minecraft. And I think that the rates should be commensurate with the effort that you put into them, I guess is the right word. If I shouldn't be able to just put 3 villagers and a zombie there and like make 1 billion iron, that doesn't make a lot of sense. Because why would you ever mine? Why would you ever do anything? And sometimes I feel like some of the farms have taken the mine out of Minecraft, and especially iron farms. So I think that the bedrock farms that are a little more difficult to make, that don't make quite as much iron, are actually good for the game. I feel like they're good for the balance. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that slower farms are good for the game, because the average person, which most of us in this that are watching my stream, we're not average people. We're tech players, or we're whatever. We're YouTubers, or we're tech players, or we're the 1%. We don't represent the average person. The average person doesn't need 10,000 iron an hour. That may be what they say they want, but they don't really need that. They're never going to be able to use 10,000 ingots per hour. The average person, it just needs an iron farm that just makes iron. It doesn't really matter how much. 100, 200 ingots per hour, it would be more than enough. And they don't need to have an iron farm that makes 50,000 ingots an hour. They're a 10-year-old, or they're a 15-year-old, or they're a 40-year-old, or they're whatever, and they just play Minecraft casually on the weekends, or once or twice a week. They don't play 7 days a week like we all do for 5 hours a day. They don't do that. They just want a casual iron farm, and they want it to work, and they don't want it to be too complicated. And I feel like that's how iron farms are now. They're not too complicated. They work pretty well, and villagers have a lot of uses other than just iron farms. Yeah, I was a little angry when they changed the curing discounts and whatnot in 1.16. I really like the overpoweredness of the curing system before that, but even though they nerfed it and I was disappointed by it, it was probably the right move to keep the game balanced, that you had to go these extra steps of curing the villager directly to get the max discounts. So like I said, I'm for balancing the game, rather than just maxing out rates for no good reason. I mean, having a slime farm that makes, 500,000 slimes an hour or whatever sounds great, but wait until you have to make the chests to store all that slime, or you have to do. I mean, it's just having 20 maxed out farms in your world is not super great for lag. I'm glad to catch you live for a bit here. Usually I'm only listening to the stream the next day. I'm going to try to do a recap. I don't know what I'm going to recap in this one because we are in the early stages, which is super grindy, and it's just placing blocks, and it's just grinding cobblestone. And I promise this series will get better. We will build really cool stuff. I have a lot of stuff planned out. I've planned it in my mind over the last few days. I knew I had a big stream weekend coming up, so I didn't jump into this as early as some of the people did from Broke Rock. I know Jon Cris had an early access to this map, so I've been watching his videos, and I've been planning this out in my mind what I would do, even though I failed on the whole grass thing. Like I said, I pre-played it in my mind, so I have a few things I'm going to work on, but the early first day or two is, with any skyblock map, it's just complete grind. And then you start acquiring things and building small farms, and it really picks up steam after that. So I appreciate everybody watching and just chatting and chilling and keeping me company. That is the absolutely best thing about streaming, is just getting to interacting with everyone. That's only for certain trades. For the non-weighted trades, you only have to cure one time. For things like paper and things like, stuff like that, you're going to need to cure them multiple times. It really, and some of that depends on what the price is initially. So most of your villagers, for the trades you're going to want, unless you're going to try to make emeralds from the villager, which is something we'll probably have to do in this, since we won't have a raid farm. Man, I so lean on a raid farm as a crutch. So the fact that I won't be able to have a raid farm in this world will be kind of interesting, because I'll have to actually make emeralds from villagers. So it's actually a good point. I will need to work on some new villager stuff where I can easily cure and stuff. That's actually a good point. I'm going to need to have to think about that. Well, then Minion isn't getting max discounts. I don't know what to tell Minion. You get a small discount for curing a villager within the area of effect of 16 blocks from that villager, but it doesn't take it down to 1 anymore. They nerfed that. So if Minion and Jin aren't doing that, then they aren't getting max discounts. They're paying too much emeralds, which is funny because they don't have a raid farm. So it isn't like they just get free emeralds. Yes, if you want max discounts, you're gonna have to zombify and cure each villager. I will say I did look at the video where Jin and Minion built their villager trading hall. It's a great building, and you should check out the video. Go to our Discord, Broke Rock Discord, link in the description, and just find his video there. But if they didn't cure, I don't think they actually cured the villagers, but I do think that they just had a villager in the middle that they zombified and cured over and over. But that only gets you to a certain discount and doesn't get you down to 1 emerald. Not anymore. Let's see. His name was Will Kreplin. Was the first to come out with an iron golem farm that worked on the legacy Minecraft. If you mean like the legacy console, Um, all of those, all the old consoles used the old Java mechanics. So if you had used any of the Java tutorials, you could have just used those. Okay, let's get this. I feel like I can actually access that chest and it wouldn't fall out of the world. I feel like if I just... You just got a tour to Minions base today. So he didn't cure all of the villagers, and he just cures one in the middle. Is that what you're telling me? I haven't actually been over there to see it in person. I did see the video. I watched the video that Jin made and the one that Minion made at the same time. So I am at least a little familiar with it. But like I said, I didn't actually take a tour of the place. But if they did not cure the villagers, then they're paying higher prices. Which makes me a little happy because I'm a direct competitor of Jin's. Oh, I left my crafting table downstairs so I can't make an axe. Good job, Olga. Way to be thinking ahead. GG, Olga. Maybe there are emeralds in that chest, and if I break it open, I can trade with the wandering trader. That would be nice, right? Maybe SentreNet did something nice like that and put a few emeralds in there. I know that I saw Jamaica do this. I know I saw him get into that chest. I just don't remember what was in the chest. Maybe there are emeralds. Yeah, it's a whole process. I don't currently have a gold farm on Brockrock either. I plan on making one eventually because I have a lot of villagers to cure, and I haven't cured a lot of my villagers either. So I'm paying higher prices than I should for a lot of things. However, I have a raid farm, and I have a pretty fast raid farm, and so I rely on that to overcome high prices. If you don't have a raid farm and you're paying higher prices, then, I mean, you're just paying higher prices for no reason. Which is good for me that Jin is paying for higher prices. That means his shops won't be in stock as much. The potions are relatively inexpensive. I think it's just like fermented spider eye and stuff. Which means like sugar and like mushrooms and stuff like that. Spider eye. No, quad iron farm is not hard to make. You just you need to place them 76 blocks apart vertically and 96 blocks apart horizontally. And it's really easy to do, and I've recommended that for many updates now because it never seems to really break, other than unless the iron farm design itself actually changes. But the spacing never seems to change. It's been that same spacing for many updates now, and I highly recommend that spacing. But once again, your iron farm design or your iron farm layout is completely up to you. I really want to get that chest underneath here before I call it a night. I'm going to try to stream every bit of this and not play off camera. I think that would be the best. That way I can prove that I didn't cheat or do anything. There are no shenanigans going on. I'm going to try to do a recap also. I don't know how many days a week I'm going to stream this. Maybe 7 or 8 days probably. We'll see. It'll depend on like in real life stuff, and because I'm pretty excited about this. I really enjoy not having to do a bunch of caving and not have to do a bunch of perimeter work and not have to do terraforming and stuff like that. So this is right in my wheelhouse as far as a perfect map for myself. Ooh, we can eat that apple. We get hungry later. It would be nice if we weren't starving, if we could sleep in a bed. Okay, let's use a solid block here. Okay, one more. Okay, we cannot access that. Let's really hope that all this goes right into our inventory. Wow, what do we got here? Ocelot, a cat, red mushroom, brown mushroom, in portal frames. Well, look at that. String, chess. Interesting on all of this stuff, right? I'm going to go down and double check that we didn't drop anything. I hope nothing fell out of the void. There are spiders in every area. I'm not sure what you're talking about. We didn't drop anything. Look at that. GG. Everybody, high five. Good job, everybody. I'm pretty excited about that cat and stuff. I might need to actually start a kind of storage area down here. I might need to start moving my operations down here. So I am going to put a chest right here. Brown mushroom, oak sapling, red mushroom, ocelot, cat. Now I don't want to get those guys out because how many string was that? Is that enough string to make a bed? Ooh, that is enough string to make a bed. Okay, that's actually GG right there. GG on that. So I'm going to move all of that down here. Since I've broken the grass and messed that all up, there's really no benefit of being up there. Yeah, I'll have to grow the mushrooms, but yeah, mushrooms equal stew. That is 100% correct, sir. We have discovered a new source of food. It's a new source of string. This is GG. This is a very big deal. Like I said, there is literally no reason for us to be. I'm not going to eat that apple. I did consider it if I had started starving or something. Is that I was going to eat that apple, but I'm going to save that for villagers. I know that in one of the pillars there is gold and diamond and iron and like all of the ores are in one of the pillars. And I think it's that one. Just based on my poor eyesight. And obviously that one is sand and I think clay. And this one is mostly dirt. And this one is obsidian. So that is a future a future gold farm you're looking at. Would I say golden carrots are a good food source? Yes, absolutely. Because one, if you want to build a fast gold farm, that is something you can do. But the easiest way to get golden carrots is buy them from a villager. Since you don't care about phantoms, maybe make a fishing rod and fish for more string. I would, but I don't have enough water. Can you fish in a 1 block water source? Yeah, I don't know. Can you fish in a 1 block water source? Is that something you can do? You tried something Pico. Hang on, let me see what it says. I tried the Pico Nico vision of a quad stack iron farm, and it turned out into a village of 60 and village of 20, and no golem spawn. Rip a week's worth of villager fun. There are issues with stacking it that way currently. It's not entirely Pico Nico's fault. I don't recommend that people stack villages that close. I've spoken with Pico Nico and I've chatted with him a few times. And he's a smart guy. He knows what he's talking about for the most part. I don't have anything bad things to say about Pico Nico. Nice dude. I think he's from Mexico, maybe. A Halo player. He loves Halo. He uses the same skin I do. We both Master Chief. I like Pico Nico. I don't have anything bad to say about him. Yeah, people expect me to say bad things about him. I just don't. I think he's a good dude. I don't agree with everything he says, but some of that is translation errors on his part and my part. So yeah, outside of that, I like Pico Nico. Try fishing in the stream? I don't think you can do that. I think if I brought the water source block down, I'm going to move all this down. I probably could fish down here. Like, I could probably fish in the one block hole. I don't currently have a fishing rod, though. Ooh, this is going to be interesting. How do I get down from here, right? That's going to be interesting. Hide hints on settings to hide the buttons on screen. I would, but it messes up your crafting menu too. I'm just gonna leave it like it is. I know what you're saying. That I have the buttons for the controller I use on the screen. However, if I do that, it messes up the UI for the trading. For the crafting and stuff. I like the auto crafting. I don't like moving stuff around inside the menus and stuff. So, no, I'm going to just leave it like it is. My apologies if that bothers you. My bad. But yeah, I'm going to leave it just like it is because that's the way I like it. Yeah, let's pick all this dirt up because that stuff's super valuable. Hopefully there's a bunch of gravel or something. I guess I could, if I even had a little bit of gravel, maybe I could make it like a gravel duper. That'd be kind of interesting, right? I know there are some gravity block dupers currently. That would be kind of interesting to look at, right? Okay, I need to... I'm not a big fan of duping in general, but I will use gravity dupers that only dupe a specific item because I find that to be an interesting mechanic. Like, I find it that you are putting forth effort to dupe a certain item rather than a general block duper that I find incredibly boring. I don't respect like general item dupers, but if you're duping a certain item, like let's say you built like a dragon egg duper, or you built a gravity block duper, or insert name of duper here that dupes just one item or a certain type of items, I find that kind of thing okay. Or let's say you're duping like in portals or some kind of illegal block like bedrock or something like that. I find all of that okay to do. However, your mileage may vary. I haven't decided if I'm going to do it in this series, if I'm going to dupe illegal blocks or things like that. We will see. If I do, I'll credit whoever's farm or design I end up using. Because there are some really crazy talented people that make a lot of this insane stuff. Okay, I'm not going to be able to break that bedrock. So that will have to stay. And I think I'm going to put that there. Ooh. Okay. I think if I just scoop the bucket up, which side is the actual block on? And I think I can just ride the water down. If I can stay on it. Maybe I'll just go down faster than the water. And that way I don't have to worry about falling off. Okay. Now we have a much larger area and can grow more than one tree at a time. We can do all the things that we want to do. I'll worry about setting up the cobblestone generator again here in just a minute. So let's knock that block out. And then we'll go 1, 2. Hang on, let's look in real close and make sure we get these blocks. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, that's so painfully slow. You think I'd be able to punch it out faster, like, right? It's just cobblestone. Two, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, like this right here should speed it up. How did the trader spawn on bottom slab platform? Well, we talked about that do MLG. I don't know what that means. Oh, the lava is fine. Wait, what happened to the... Why did the lava spill everywhere? That is weird. Oh, it ran off the side for some reason. Interesting. Anyways, why did the wandering trader spawn here? Because the wandering trader can spawn on literally everything. I've seen wandering traders spawn on glass. I've seen them spawn in deep water, where even a raid can't spawn in deep water. So yeah, wandering traders can spawn on literally every block. I've seen wandering traders spawn on leaves. I don't really have any reason why I'm spacing them out this much. I just am. I mean, realistically, I should have put that over by the work area. Like, I should have put that by the crafting table. I mean, by the chest. I'm going to leave that raised up like that. But I'm actually going to put one more slab on it. I'm going to put a slab here and a slab here and a slab there. Ooh, on fire. Awesome. I'm going to put a slab there too. I don't want that lava running everywhere. Oh, rip to me. Oh my God. Oh, we have done it now, guys. Oh, this is over. It's over now. We're in a death loop here. We have oh, excellent. Okay. So, I guess that's 2 deaths to now. How unfortunate, right? I thought we were done for. I was just going to jump off one more time to show you guys, but that is highly unfortunate to have the we need to build a bed in the worst kind of way now. Yeah. There was a half slab under the lava. Yeah, I knew there was a half slab under the lava, but I thought the upper slab would hold it back, but it didn't. But that is whatever at this point. What was I looking for? I was looking for something. Oh, string. One, two, three. Yeah, that was kind of rip, right? I mean, which is highly unfortunate because I don't think anybody else has died at all yet. As far as the people that I know that are playing this, that are doing a series, I don't think any of them died yet. So yeah, that's highly disappointing to me. However, I don't think any of them have accomplished this much either. So I guess it goes a little bit of a risk versus reward. As far as I know, they have little tiny islands way up there, and we're living large down here, so I don't know if my way is better or worse, but rip to Olga. Okay, so the lava would go here, then the hole would go here. Where's my pickaxe? Here. So water source flow hole or water source hole, right? Ooh, we have to be super careful here. What are we going to do? We're going to put a solid block there. And we're going to put another solid block. And we're going to aim it right there. Okay. Let me make sure. Oh, that's not. Where's my partial stack? Okay. Do I have a creeper farm you can use? I do not currently have a creeper farm design. I don't remember what is exactly is the best one currently. It varies. I don't know. I know Dr. Jan Cyan has one. I know Golden Helmet has one. I know Rufus has one. There are several designs floating around. I don't remember exactly which one is the best one currently. They all use, especially if you're playing on higher simulation distances. Oh, I'm playing on 6-chunk simulation distance. So if you're playing on anything greater than 4, you should be looking for creeper farms or any kind of mob farms that use split density. Crafting table to replace the bedrock. What do you mean crafting table to replace the bedrock? Would you ever consider buying the Faithful texture pack? No. I'm not a big fan of the texture packs. I like the vanilla texture packs. I've considered making my own texture pack to do a couple of things that I like to do. Like change the crafting table to a birch crafting table. I've considered doing that. Changing the chest to birch chests. I've considered making my own pack. Putting a Master Chief face on the sun. Just minor things like that. I have considered doing stuff like that. I use a couple of I use an invisible armor mod. And I would put that in my texture pack. I would, even though I'm not wearing armor, I always look like this in my videos because I have an invisible armor mod and I have a sweet birch suit, so I want to show it off. Target while mining the cobble, didn't see the half slab height. I don't know what that means. Zero tick cobble gen tutorial. It's a little early to be making any kind of zero tick farms. Because I'm on a single player world, I probably will end up making some zero tick farms. Because I'm not really risking anyone else's, world or time or effort or anything like that. I don't typically like making them on multiplayer worlds. Because I'm the only player here, it's kind of fun. I can make backups and I can do a lot of the things that don't necessarily matter. I don't want to say don't matter, but that like it isn't of consequence if I destroy the world. With pending ticks. Oh, well, that's not good. I just broke that all off. Anyways, yeah, I've considered doing that. I've looked into it a little bit. I've seen some other people do it, and I've considered just like taking stuff out of their resource packs and putting in my own resource pack, but I don't really like doing that too much because it's essentially I'm stealing, so I wouldn't do that. But I would have to make my own, and I am not a very good graphical person. Like I don't make good graphics, and I'm not an artist type person, so I would need to work on it a long time, and I just haven't done it and or had the time to do it yet. I know people that take other people's packs and take this out of this pack and this out of that pack, and then they call it their own pack, and then, but I mean that's they're just lying, and I don't like doing things like that, so that's why I don't have a old guy pack that changes everything to birch or because I would put the Master Chief head, the one I use for my skin, I would put that in place of the sun. I would just change the sun to that. I would do like minor things like that. Like maybe the soul sand where it looks like a face on it, I would change it to like Master Chief face. But like I said, I would need to go in and change it myself rather than just copy paste someone else's texture. Or I would need to contact people who have done that and see if I can get permission to use their textures. Hang on a second. And like I said, I mean, I could always discredit them and whatnot, and I mean, there's really not a lot they could do about it. But like I said, I don't typically like to operate that way, so it's unlikely I'm going to do that. And if I did it, it would only be for my use only, so, which I know would highly disappoint all of you guys. Hopefully I can mine between that and excellent. Oh, you mean put a crafting table on the other side of that hole? Wouldn't I just mine the crafting table? I'm gonna try that. Let's just science it real quick, right? We're about to science it. Because like the issue is that it like blocks keep falling off over there. So we're about to science this. Okay. Well, thank you very much. That seems to actually work. Look at that. Good on you, Osiris. GG, man. Thank you for that. I'm glad I decided to science that because I'm glad you said it too. So GG on you, and then of course high five for me. Sometimes it's not about knowing the answer, but being smart enough to listen to other people. That's what I pride myself in. That I know that I don't always know the answer, and I'm willing to listen to other people's ideas. Man, I am a terrible typer, so you will get no judgment from me for typos or anything like that. I do my best to read stuff, but I don't do a lot of judging people for typing because I am terrible at it. Part of it's eyesight, and part of it is I had a terrible teacher in high school that taught typing. I think she might have been a Nazi. I can't confirm that, but if I found out that she was part of the Nazi, what do you call it? I don't want to say team. That's not the right word, but and she was a woman, so she wouldn't have been part of the army, but party. If she was part of the Nazi party, I wouldn't have been surprised. I don't know why I said team. That's not. They were a little more than a team. But yeah, I had a terrible typist teacher in high school, so I am not great at typing. All right, I'm not even sure why I'm really mining cobble still because I have a lot, but you guys have any questions or comments or anything funny you want to talk about? Any of you guys do anything good for Valentine's Day? We didn't because it was all snowy and I'm a terrible person, but I know a lot of people did. All right. Oh, we have a bed now. We don't have to put up with this darkness. I think I am probably the first person on Broke Rock who's playing this map to make a bed. So, yeah, we are. I feel like we are. I mean, the two deaths were not great. That wasn't a great pro gamer move. So I don't want to congratulate myself too hard. I kind of want to get over to these pillars and see what they're about, right? I think I'm going to try to slab over this entire area between the pillars. and then we'll probably call this episode 1 or whatever and be done. I don't know if I'll get all this slab tonight. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate you watching. Yeah, I've really enjoyed this map. I was looking forward to it for, I don't know, a few days. I've known about it for a while because since kept posting screenshots in the Discord, and kept kind of just hinting around about it. So I've been looking forward to it for a while, and it's been out since Friday, I think. And so I look forward to it all weekend. But we had a big stream day on Saturday between all the Broke Rockers, and it took 16 hours, and I tried to watch all the streams. I mean, I missed parts of some of them, but so Sunday I was just fried from that. I have really bad eyes, and if I look at screens too long or whatever, I really get eye strain pretty easily. And I've been hitting it kind of hard here lately with screen time. So I was just fried all day Sunday, and I didn't even play Minecraft at all. Not even a little bit. So like I said, I really wanted to do it then, and I was like, well, I don't know, I'm not really feeling it. And when I play, I want to be, I'm pretty excited, so I really want to play when I feel well, and I'm up for it. I don't want to go into it with like a bad attitude, or like I feel bad, or I want to go into it, enjoying it. So I put it off until today, and I'm gonna stream at least a few times a week doing this, and I'm gonna try to stream more on actual Broke Rock and maybe a few of the other servers that I play on that I don't necessarily get to play on as much. I've been neglecting a lot of things. I've been pouring a lot of time into Broke Rock. But yeah, I've really been looking forward to this map for quite a while. I have big things planned here. I want to build mini farms that are going to. I'm probably not going to build a lot of split density farms, but I'm going to build a lot of farms in a split density layout. I'm going to try to build a village that both I and the villagers can live in, that actually spawns iron golems and manages to kill them in a, I don't know, I haven't decided how, but we're going to work on that. A lot of this will be trial and error, and I'll just do it right here live on stream. So you'll see a lot of my ideas and a lot of my testing that haven't been checked out yet. So we may fail some, we may win some. There may be new ideas that I have, new ideas that you guys have. I am pretty excited about the whole deal. I think I am going to link all of these pillars like this in a 3x3, like a 3 wide pattern all the way around, and I'm going to call it a night because like I said, I just mentioned how like my eyes get a little tired, and I'm starting to kind of feel it, and I need to work tomorrow and do a few other things, so I may end up actually going to bed early tonight, which is super rare for me. So I'm gonna do this all the way around, and then we'll call it for tonight as far as episode 1 goes. Hopefully I have enough slabs. I mean, I didn't bring a crafting table, but I could always run back around there and get it. I feel like we got a lot done for a first like attempt at this. I don't know what the actual time invested is for the other players, but I'm a little sad that I died twice already. So I'm gonna have to hear about that. I'll be taking that one on the chin for sure since I died. Mustang Girl will probably not let me live that down for sure. Hopefully I can find some grass pretty soon. Or having a sheep farm won't be possible, which will be super disappointing if I can't actually have a sheep farm. And I need to get an iron pickaxe so I can mine those emeralds, so I can trade with the wandering trader. There's going to be a lot of things that'll happen maybe tomorrow. I mean, depends on how I feel. I might actually stream a little bit of this tomorrow too, so hopefully my wandering trader doesn't disappear. I really miss chunk shader packs. We may break out our mobile device so we may break out our mobile device so we can see a couple of the chunks and at least mark one or two. And then we can always measure from there, but it would be at least nice to mark out a couple. I mean, I know at 0, 0 to plus 15 is one chunk. So maybe I'll actually just mark it from there. I know that is the coordinates of the very first chunk. So I could always measure from there. Maybe the wandering... I didn't really look at all the things the wandering trader had for sale, but it would be super nice if we had a birch sapling. Oh, I don't have any more. I'm going to have to go back there and... Wow, that's so far to run. Oh my god. Oh my god. We fell in the void. Oh my god, I cut that corner a little too fast. We don't have any of... Wow. I am kind of glad I didn't have... Did I have anything important on me? No, I put all the good stuff in here. Did you get the XP from the new raid farm? Do you get the XP from the new raid farm? From the raid farm, yes. From the outpost, no. I did design something where I made a smelter on the outpost where it uses everything in the outpost except for the arrows. It just filters out the arrows and then uses everything from the outpost as fuel. So yeah, rip. That's 3 deaths. Oh, the bucket. Crap. The bucket. I can replace the bucket. Hello, how are you doing today? Oh, we are doing well. I cannot believe I've died so much already. I died like 3 times already in this map. Yeah, the XP from the raid farm, you get the XP, but you don't get the XP from the outposts. The outpost is usually lower than the... I've seen people design complicated waterways to get the XP up to you from the... None of that is really worth your investment. There are better ways to get XP than even from a raid farm. The raid farm is not even really worth it to worry about the XP. If you get it, you get it, and if you don't, you don't. Right now, there's currently still bugs in the game from that where you can use the smelters and stuff to create an XP bank, and that's what I recommend. I highly recommend you do that kind of stuff rather than worry about piddly little XP from raid farm. I mean, it's nice to get it as a bonus, but a raid farm is not a primary source of XP. Yeah, that's all I have to say about that. I mean, there's nothing wrong with getting the XP and saving it up. Let's say you go to bed and you AFK and you just You're like, I'm just gonna AFK this raid farm overnight or whatever, so I'm gonna go to bed. Yeah, the XP adds up absolutely, but oh, you just want the XP for starting out? Yeah, it's okay for that. Like I said, I would recommend that you build a like a furnace array or something like that, where you get especially for repairing tools and stuff. Man, it is so great. Yeah, the gold farm is good for XP, but if you, I mean, it's more of a late stage kind of build and not starting out build. I recommend furnace XPs for first, starting out, at least, anyways. Man, that is terrible about the bucket. Dude, that hurt. That one hurts a little bit. The bucket hurts a little bit. I'm not gonna lie about that. I'm gonna have to figure out how to get that bucket back, or at least that bucket identical to it. I should have just ended the stream because I'm feeling a little tired. My eyes are getting kind of heavy, getting kind of weak, and I knew I cut that corner too quick, and it was just the one wide block, and I cut it a little too sharp, and it happens, I guess. That kind of stuff's bound to happen on a skyblock type map, such as this. Ooh, this is a new wandering trader, because the old wandering trader only had one llama. This is a new guy. Apparently, we're just gonna have wandering traders down here all the time. Yeah, look at this stuff, man. Lily pads. What is this? Redstone. Man, we're gonna be hooked up. Look, I can buy a bucket right here. If I had 5 emeralds, I could buy a lava bucket. Ice. Flowers. Pumpkins. Melons. Oh, cactus. That's a cactus. That would be nice. Grow cactus. Make an XP bank. Like our very own cactus farm. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I'm going to try to start streaming a lot more and do a lot of shorter videos. Like recaps of this, recaps of what goes on Broke Rock, or recaps on some of the other servers and stuff I'm on. I try to be a chill person, and that's what I enjoy. But yeah, this is kind of nice that we have so many wandering traders spawn. It's actually pretty nice. I'm gonna have to stop carrying so much stuff in my pockets. What did I do with sticks? There we are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna dump this cobble right here. Like I said, this is it 100%? Did he despawn? Did he fall off and take the llamas with him? I found a leash. I feel like they fell in the void. I feel like they fell down there. Anyways, interesting that they committed suicide or whatever. That's kind of interesting, right? Anyways, I guess he'll respawn in a little bit. Yeah. Matt has a pretty good tutorial on it. Yeah, they're super easy. If you don't know how it works, check out Madrick. You can find him on the Discord server. Broke Rock. Not the Discord server, but like Broke Rock Discord. BrokeRock.com has all the links, especially to Madrick, and to all the Broke Rockers. And the link, of course, is down in the description to the Broke Rock Discord. But yeah, XP banks are absolutely the way to go, because there's so many zero tick farms and ways to get fuel and stuff for those that they just make total sense for XP. Yeah, apparently taking that wandering just a little too far, because I didn't hit him or kill him or anything else, and there was just a leash standing there. So either the llama fell off or he fell off or something. Something happened. Yeah. The Wandering Trader, he sells lava, he sells water, he sells all kinds of stuff. So like the bucket, it's terrible that I lost it, but it's not the end of the world. And I mean, I lost a lot of cobblestone, and that kind of sucks because like that means I lost a lot of time, like grinding time or whatever. But none of that is the end of the world. I really am sad that I broke the grass earlier, but I feel like with the mushrooms that I picked up a while ago, oh, I should go plant those. Good idea, old guy. What are you doing with your life? I wonder if I can just plant these on stone. Oh, light level is probably too high. Oh, it's a slab. That's the problem. I'm like, how come nothing's working here? Can't plant them on stone either, huh? Okay, let's go find some dirt. Or it is possibly due to. Do I not have? Did I lose dirt? Oh my god, I lost dirt. How's it going? I have died 3 times. I have lost the bucket. I have lost a bunch of dirt. It's going fabulous. The apparently I am going to end up with the most deaths on this also. Yeah, I am a serial dyer, I guess is the right word. No, I cannot place it on there. I think the light level might just be too high. Okay, we'll have to figure out how to plant that later. I don't know if it's a problem with the light level or if it's what the problem is, but we'll get to the bottom of that. But there has got to be a way to plant those mushrooms. Yeah, one of these pillars, I think this pillar right here is made out of dirt, so making dirt is not the end of the world. Especially if I can ever get some gravel, like you said, because you can just make, as long as you can make gravel, in which eventually I'll be able to go to the nether and I can spawn piglins and stuff like that, hopefully. I don't know what the biome is in the nether, so we will see. But if I can spawn like piglins and I can trade for gravel, I should be able to get infinite gravel and then therefore infinite dirt. Yeah, I think that's what the issue is, that it's light level. I just don't want to build a little structure to grow them right now. Yeah, that's what I assumed. Once I get all this slabbed over, then I'll start making structures and stuff like that, furnaces and all kinds of assorted things like that. I assumed that was the case. I thought it'd be nice to have that though, but I've died 3 times. I'm gonna have to get it together. Stop dying so much. I've died more than everyone else combined. One death was because I caught on fire and I died, and then I spawned on top of the bedrock way in the air, and I had to jump down and die again. So that second death was kind of unavoidable because I either had to jump and kill myself and hopefully spawn on the ground, or I had to like quit the game and start over. So that one, I know you had some in real life stuff to go do, so you probably missed that. So I had to do that. And the third death, I was running around this, and I cut that corner right there just a little too sharp, and I stepped off the edge. And I lost my dirt, and I lost my bucket. Yeah, there's gravel I can find. Well, but it isn't. I assume it's not infinite gravel. You can get infinite gravel from piglins by trading gold. That hopefully I can get from Gold Farm because there's like a whole pillar full of obsidian. But to mine all that obsidian, I need to get villagers and make a breeder and all the things that go along with villagers. Well, that's actually one of the rules. Is you're not supposed to die on purpose to fill up your health, which I didn't do, and I won't be doing. It's not unheard of me to starve to death on stream, anyways. You're not supposed to like kill yourself to regen health. What's up, Shuminator? Shuminator, he's a guy I know from some of the technical discords. I'm just playing this new map that SentreNet made, 4-Pillar Survival. It's going well. Like I feel like I'm making a lot of progress through a lot of the grindy stuff early, but I've also died a bunch. So, I mean, it's kind of a balance. Like I feel like I've progressed a lot further than a lot of the people that I know have been playing it since it released, based on like their videos and stuff I've seen. But I also have died 3 times, and I don't think any of them have died yet. So with speed comes carelessness, I guess. Oh yeah. I was just saying though that was one of the rules in the book. I didn't actually read all of that out loud to you guys. Maybe I will in the next episode. Maybe I'll throw those rule books off the side. Who knows? We'll see. The I'm trying to get all the achievements, all the advancements. I mean, they're really called advancements because there are rewards for each advancement, from what I understand. Is this like Skyblock? Yes, it's very similar to Skyblock. It is called 4 Pillars, and you start out right up there where that bedrock is, and there's a bunch of dirt around you and stuff like that. And it starts out very typically like a Skyblock map, only this has 4 pillars full of different types of blocks, and there are villagers in those, and all kinds of things, so that you can acquire literally every item in the game. Unlike Skyblock, which a lot of times doesn't have a complete nether, or you can't get villagers, or you can't get this, or you can't get that. This has been updated and modified ever so slightly to have still a vanilla feel to it, yet allow you to acquire all of the items and blocks and things like that. It isn't heavily modified to where, like, you can just go buy diamonds from the wandering trader for dirt, that kind of thing. But it has slight modifications. It is a very vanilla feel to it. Yeah, it's the short answer is yes, just like Scar said. The answer is yes, it is like Skyblock, but it's a Skyblock on steroids, a better Skyblock, a more vanilla feeling Skyblock. Because you have these 4 pillars, and you have them in the overworld, you have them in the nether, and you have them in the end dimension. And they all have different kinds of blocks and different kinds of items and different kinds of whatever. There's 16 chests, from what I understand, throughout all of the dimensions. And we have acquired, I don't know if the starting chest counts as one of the 16 chests. So either we have 1 chest or we have 2. Yeah, it's a nice void perimeter, which is fantastic for Bedrock, especially for the mob farms. So I'm looking forward to that. It's an ocean biome, which presents its own special challenges, which means you can't just throw up like a patch of grass and expect you're going to spawn cows and sheep and stuff like that. So it presents interesting opportunities, such as like trident farms and stuff like that, but also hinders you in things like building a passive mob farm. So we'll see how it works out. There's going to be a lot of opportunities in this series, and a lot of things that I learn, and things that probably everyone that watches it learns. It'll be a lot of things of what not to do and what to do. I'm going to rely heavily on myself and people I know from the tech community, some of their tutorials, to help me design a lot of the stuff, because I don't have a very strong redstone background, and it's going to be a lot of villager stuff. So it should be interesting. I've always kind of wanted to do a Skyblock series map, but like I said, I've seen some of the ones in the marketplace, and I've seen some of the ones on the various community websites, and most of them are lacking in some way or another, or they're incomplete, or you can't get villagers, or you can't go to the end, or whatever the situation is, insert name of problem here. They all seem to have a problem in one way or another, and they are fine for Java, but for Bedrock, they like a lot of the Skyblock maps weren't adjusted properly for Bedrock. And I feel like that's where this map really shines, is the SentreNet went through it and added things and took things away and changed things slightly to update it from the Java version of this 4-pillar survival to a Bedrock version. So yeah, that's where we are with that. Man, I feel like the cobblestone generator is slower since we came down here, but out of the 2 or 3 people that I know that are playing this currently, I feel like I have made the most progress. I feel like I have a bed. I feel like I have all the trees growing properly and stuff like that. I know I've died way more than I should have. I'm going to dump some of these pickaxes in case I fall in the hole again. I knew better than to run around with all that dirt in my pocket. That's on me. I do plan on taking these pillars down, probably at least one per stream. I'll probably start with that dirt one first. Next stream, I'll do the dirt one, and that'll kind of give us an idea of what to expect out of them, and also give us some more dirt since I lost all the dirt. And maybe there'll be cool stuff in the pillar, like villagers maybe. Maybe there'll be grass blocks. That would be super nice, right? I should have put in a death counter. Don't worry about it. I actually had one of those on OBS, and I planned on streaming from OBS. And I had these little things where I could just click a certain scene, and it would put a new Master Chief head on the screen. And I actually budgeted for 3 deaths actually in OBS. And so I'll have to move those over to Streamlabs, because I'm using Streamlabs again, even though I hate it. I will move those over to OBS, and I will keep track of deaths. I will be honest and transparent with my deaths. One of those was junk, though. I'll just say that. One of those shouldn't count, but I'm going to count it anyways, because technically I did die. I got a bad spawn after the first death. But yeah, a death counter would be kind of cool for a future upgrade, if you think about that. Because, I mean, there are already some command blocks and stuff, so you already have that kind of thing built into the game. And clearly there's a scoreboard because of the advancement guide on the screen, so clearly you know how to do scoreboards. So it shouldn't be that difficult of a thing for you to do for, let's say, what version are we on? Version 3, version 4? Whatever the next version is, it shouldn't be that difficult of an upgrade for you to do. Yeah, I'm thinking if I could take down one pillar per episode, one per stream, that would give us a really good start to this. We would kind of know what kind of materials we have and what we're working with and things like that. Wow, just all the bad block placement. I'm telling you, I'm getting that like tired eye feeling. So I need to finish these all the way around and then wrap this up and pick this up tomorrow, or maybe what is today, Monday? Maybe I'll pick it up Wednesday. No, maybe, I don't know. Don't give me the line about what day I'm gonna pick it up. Either tomorrow or Thursday. It would be rude to. I know SentreNet streams on Wednesday nights, so it'd be rude to stream against him with his own map. So I will either stream this tomorrow night or Thursday night. And I actually need to like go out a little ways so that when I'm mining the pillars down, that like I don't lose any materials. But that seems like a job for next stream. Because we just have to get down there and then back here a few more times and then wrap this up. I feel like we got a lot done, and I feel like we had a productive day, and I really enjoyed chatting with everyone. And I feel like I did I want to say A. I'm going to hand out grades. To the map maker, I'm going to say A. Obviously, to get A plus, you would need to add a death counter, especially for people like me. Broke Rock doesn't need a death counter. If we had a death counter, it would never stop moving. It would just go brrr like that because I die all the time, and it would be so laggy because of all my deaths. So you wouldn't enjoy having a death counter on Broke Rock. I would be publicly embarrassed by how much I die. Yeah, so A for the map maker, A for the viewers with very helpful suggestions. Let's see. I want to say C minus for the way it started because I no F. F for OBS. They get an F. I don't know why I couldn't hear you. OBS said you could hear me. I don't know if it was the stream or if it was OBS, but I don't know why you couldn't hear me because I literally could see the meter going up and down, and I don't understand. So F for OBS, C minus for me for covering up all the grass, and then for the rest of the game, I'm going to give myself a F also for dying 3 times and losing the bucket and losing all the dirt. So to recap, SentreNet A, viewers A, old guy F. I have one I was choosing for another project. You have a scoreboard. Is that what you're telling me? I don't know enough about the scoreboard command. I've never really used it, so I don't know how laggy or not laggy it is. Oh wow, that was my phone. I just dropped my phone. What's up, Apple 711? Yeah, I lost the bucket, man. I died. I've died like 3 times. I lost a bunch of dirt too, if that makes you feel better, and a bunch of cobblestone. But losing the cobblestone doesn't hurt as much as losing the dirt. I mean, losing the bucket is kind of terrible, but I can get that bucket back pretty easy. Yeah, I created a new difficulty level. Yeah, I lost the grass blocks. I lost the bucket. I lost almost all the dirt except for like I don't know 6 pieces or something like that. It's it's been an interesting start to the game. That's what I'll say. I have I like I said, if I had to give myself a grade, I would give myself a F because I have not done well. I thought I was going to do a lot better, but it is when you play things in your mind, they don't go that way all the time. You think, oh, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do that, and then I'll do this other thing, and then, but it doesn't always work out like that. I wasn't planning on losing the grass blocks in the first 5 minutes, but I was reading chat and I don't blame it on chat, but I wasn't paying the most attention that I should have been paying, and I covered up the grass blocks, and then that was gone. And I was running around like this, and I cut the corner too quick, and I fell right in the hole with the bucket and with the dirt and everything else in my pocket. And I know better than to carry things I'm not currently using in my pocket. And once again, it was just a minor lapse in attention, in coordination and things like that, and now I don't have them anymore, and I have to overcome and adapt. So it kind of is what it is, and we're still going to progress. Like I said, I feel like we made good progress in the stream. We kind of shot ourselves in the foot a little bit, but if I can get to the iron farm slash trading portion of this, it's game over. Like I can do anything at that point. Yeah, SentreNet tells me there are grass blocks in some of these pillars somewhere, so I'm not super concerned about grass blocks. We will really see though. I don't know if the Wandering Trader sells grass blocks or not. I know there are a couple of alterations to the Wandering Trader. I don't know what they are currently. Like I said, I didn't dig through the code, and I didn't. I really wanted to go into this blind and not know everything. I wanted to have to think about it, and I really wanted to experience, because I've never played up a skyblock because I've always looked at them and they've always had a problem about getting certain types of items or whatever. And I feel like the little bit that I know about this is that almost everything should be attainable. Yeah, plans are 100% until the first block is placed. What's up, Wolf? Um, there's a saying. I don't know. I mean, some of you probably know who Mike Tyson is, and some of you probably don't. He's a famous boxer, or former boxer. If you saw The Hangover, he was in that. But he has a quote that it says, "Everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face," and it's kind of true because when you're playing and when you're chatting, when you're hanging out, and you're not 100% focused, especially in the first 10 minutes of a skyblock type map like this is. That's when you can make the biggest mistakes that you'll be paying for a long time. And that's kind of what happened. Is I just wasn't paying attention and I covered up those grass blocks. I really wanted to like speed run that part so I could get to the parts that are more fun. But if you if you take your eye off the prize, it'll go away. So it is what it is. we will we shall endeavor to carry on. I know I said I was going to end it after I did the last little all the sides around the edge, but what time is it? It's now 9 o'clock. Man, if I go to bed this early, I am going to be an old person. Yeah, I don't. I mean, so far it looked pretty vanilla as far as I could tell. He says there's some surprises, but I didn't see anything that the wandering trader was selling that looked out of the ordinary. I mean, I know on Broke Rock the wandering trailer says sells heads. But that's not gonna be possible in this map. So, um, I don't know. I would be surprised if it was anything other than just regular stuff. Like I said, part of the allure of this map is that it's very vanilla still. So whatever the change is, I don't expect it to be like wildly dramatic. I expect it to be something minor. But yeah, I will definitely take a ribbing on Broke Rock later about dying so many times. And probably on AA and any other place I play. Because like I have died 3 times on the stream. Oh, did I not say hi to you, Dara? I see you waving now, but I thought I waved hi. I thought I said hi to you earlier. Um, the grass is actually kind of helpful because I can like grow wheat and stuff on it. I mean, unless I can get the seeds somehow, it's pretty useful for that. Yeah, I know I can because it is an ocean biome. But like I said, having an ocean biome is actually a good thing because I can get things like tridents. I can build a trident farm. I can build a fish farm. I can build squid farm. I can do things like that that I wouldn't necessarily be able to do in a like plains biome. So it being an ocean biome isn't a big deal to me. I am out of I'm out of cobblestone. So I am going to call it a day. I feel like we got a lot done. We got the initial island torn down. We got down here to 0 or 1 or whatever we're at. 0. Look at that 0. We're Y level 0. I feel like we got a lot done. I plan on taking down a pillar, probably the dirt pillar. We'll find out what's in it. We unlocked at least 1 chest. I don't know if the starter chest counts as one of the 16 chests. I'm going to guess it does. There are probably 5 chests per dimension. Or maybe it doesn't. And there are 6 in this dimension and 5 in the other dimensions. I don't know. I will find out about that. So we took down at least 1 chest this time, and we took down the spawn island, and we've got a lot of area covered. I feel like we're in a good spot. I wish we still had some more dirt, and I wish we had our bucket, but that kind of thing happens, right? Alright, thank you for watching. I will either stream this tomorrow or Thursday for sure. I hope to have a recap video of it within the next day or so of this episode, because I know some people that don't want to watch a 2.5 hour, 3 hour stream. So I'll try to do recaps of the highlights. It'll probably just be me dying a bunch of times. Thank you for watching. I appreciate it. I guess I'm out for tonight. Yeah, happy Monday, Dara. I thank you for watching. Let me